Welcome in to another week's episode of Allen Athletics here on WACH-FOX 57. I'm Kay Crenshaw. So happy to have you along on this week's episode as we are talking basketball action. Both head men and women's basketball coaches for the Yellow Jackets will stop by. First, we'll talk with head men's basketball coach Shawn Walker about his team's recent tough loss at the buzzer to Livingstone College, how he hopes his team will improve from that performance as they have a home game this week and then they start conference play this upcoming weekend, and Coach Walker will share with us the steps his team has to take in order to get back on the winning side of things. Also, head women's basketball coach Olivia Gaines will join the program and recap her team's first loss of the season. It ended their 4-0 undefeated start to their 2024 campaign. They took the loss against a really tough North Georgia team on the road. It was a squad that was in the NCAA tournament a year ago, and the Yellow Jackets fought hard to the very end but came up just short. We'll recap that loss with Coach Gaines, and she once again, just like Coach Walker, is ready to get back on the winning side of things, and she'll share with us how her team can get back on the right track and also previews their upcoming road trip at Claflin later this week. All that and more coming up on this week's episode of Allen Athletics.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
At Allen, discover the things you've been searching for. Achievements, authenticity, an experience that helps to uncover the real you. It's your turn to be discovered, to be polished, to shine. Allen University, where hidden gems are revealed.
Back here on Allen Athletics with head men's basketball coach for the Yellow Jackets, Coach Shawn Walker. Coach, appreciate the time, and I know as we sit down this week, there's a bit of frustration going through your mind and through the team's locker room after your last game, a 51-50 loss to Livingstone. We're going to dive into all the details of it, but I guess let's start. What were your major takeaways from a low-scoring defensive battle?
Yeah, well, it was a defensive battle because we couldn't make any shots, and I would like to think Livingstone didn't make shots because we did a good job of guarding them, but maybe, Coach Stinson feels the same way. But low-scoring game. It was a really good game. It was a physical game the way we thought it would be, but certainly a game that I feel like we should have won. And we were unable to finish the job, and obviously that is very disappointing.
When you take it all in, you only give up 51 points, but like you said, your team only scores 50. What eats at you more, that your team has such a great defensive performance and your offense couldn't pair with it, or that was the case, your offense just couldn't step up?
Well, as we diagnose the issue, the 50 points, 49 points actually, was enough to win. We had a 4-point lead with 42 seconds on the clock. And so I'm just really tormented, as I've said to my staff and my team. We have lost 17 games here in the last 2 years that I've been here now, and we've lost 6 of those games where we had 2 possession leads at least under a minute. So that is a major problem. I've got to figure that out. That's 33% of our losses that are ending when we have games won. And so we've got to make better decisions coming down the stretch. The greatest part about it, the season's early, and we've got opportunity to get better. But we've been since last Wednesday really working on finishing games, which is going to be important for us. Even more important when you don't score a lot of points.
Coach, how do you go about managing and cutting down your turnover margin, with most of the time that just being a mental decision?
Yeah, I don't know. We work really hard at it on a day-to-day basis. I think we had 17 turnovers the other night against Livingstone, but we turned it over 3 or 4 times in the last 40 seconds. That coupled with missed free throws and coupled with missed layups. So, missed layup is a turnover. A missed free throw is a turnover. And so those don't go in the stat sheet as labeled that, but we know that those affect you in a great deal. So we've just got to play with a level of confidence. We've got to play smarter. We've got to make better decisions. And I believe we will do that with more practice.
Coach, though, like we said, a really strong defensive effort. That was a really good Livingstone team that was undefeated at that point, and they improved to 4-0 with that win. When you take a look at how well your defense played, holding them to a season-low 51, what credit do you give on that side of the ball?
Well, for us right at this point, defense is where we got to hang our hats. I consider us to be a hard hat program, as I always say. Defense is hard hatness, no doubt about it. We have yet to have a team to shoot 40% from the field against us in either of our exhibition games or our regular season games. We're trending in the right direction there. We're a difficult team to get a bucket on, and when we do give up a bucket, we make a mental error. I like where we are there, and our offense is behind our defense right now. Not a bad thing early in the year, but you keep people in shooting 33%, and then you lose because you shoot 28%. We've got to figure that out. And it's not that we're not open. It's not that we're not doing the things that we're asked to do. Shots made, shots missed. But we'll continue to be confident, and we'll score more points as the season goes on.
I know one of the focal points of practice that I walked through this morning was on the conditioning side. The guys were running quite a lot. What went into your practice plan today?
Well, today, we've got to come in with with an energy level that turns things around. And if we don't play with a lot of energy, if we don't practice with a lot of energy, we're not going to be able to win. So I need to be able to get the energy with the ball. I need to be able to get the energy without the ball. Either way, there's no class going on. So today is a great day for us, two-a-day, and we need to get the attention of these young people that your effort is required, and it's required every day, and we expect that on a foundation to be the case when you walk in the gym to prepare for practice.
I know a lot of coaches will tell you they usually figure out their core, whether it's 8, 9, 10 players that rotate in and out, but here to date in nearly all 3 of your regular season games, your entire roster has played. Do you feel like that'll be a trend that'll continue as the season goes on, or are we just figuring things out right now with the lineup?
Well, one of the things I think is important for young people is to know they have a chance to play. all right? And so your practices are more spirited, your practices are more innovative when people know that they're working for something. We would like to play competent people. We want to play people that play hard and bring the energy level that we expect. We want to play people who deserve to play. And so I'm going to play everybody that deserves to play. It may not be as much as they want to play or would like to play, but if you deserve to play, I think you should see the floor. And we don't have enough separation from the guys, our top guys, from the bottom guys, so to speak. So until we've gotten separation and we know that there is a group that we need to play 30 or 40 minutes, then we'll keep hunting down that bench as night goes by and play the people by the night that give us the best chance to win until we get it figured out.
Coach, 5 games in, it feels like your team health-wise is in a pretty good spot. Is that right?
We're in good shape health-wise for the most part. I need healthy minds too. Kill the head, you kill the body. And so, but I do believe that we are relatively healthy. We are getting better. I don't want to come here every week that we talk and sound like my guys are not giving us what we want them to give. We're not. Obviously, everybody's miserable when you don't win. But at the same time, they are working extremely hard. They're trying to give me what I asked for, which is hard to do, I will say, because I'm never going to be satisfied. But as long as we have a great attitude and understand what work is all about, I think that we'll be a difficult team to play against as we move through the season.
We'll take a short break with Coach Walker and preview their upcoming matchups when we return.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
Back here with Head men's basketball coach Shawn Walker. Coach, you turn your attention to one more non-conference ball game for your group before SIAC play begins, and that's this Tuesday against Virginia University of Lynchburg. How did they end up on your schedule? What are you expecting from them?
Well, Virginia and Lynchburg end up is in a cohort of games here in this area where they were at Johnson C. Smith last week and played 2 games, played Livingstone and Johnson C. Smith. They're going to Claflin later in the week, and then they're going to play us. This ball team is very dangerous. They have not won a game as of yet. They've played Mercer University, they played Alabama State, they played Norfolk State. That's 3 Division I opponents. They've played 6 or 7 games, and had times where they played very well. Now they do give up a lot of points. They're concerning because we don't score a lot of points. They score 65 or 70 points versus those opponents. We have not gotten 70 points one time this year, and they have 2 players on that team. Robinson, who wears number 12, and Johnson, who wears number 4, that can play anywhere. Those 2 guys, between the 2 of those guys, have gotten over 30 points twice between them, and they're really a handful. They very possibly could be the best 2 players on the floor when we play. So we're very concerned about them. We're very concerned about a team who's hungry, to get a win, which is about the way we are practicing now. We should have a level of hunger as well. When you lose a close game, that you should win. So we need to get back on the winning track, finish this homestand that we've had, and then get ready to move on the road for conference play.
Coach, I'm curious, when you evaluate film on an opponent, and like you said, in their case, they played 3 Division I teams, it's a game that you expect there to be a large talent gap in, especially with the 3 programs that you mentioned. How do you go about assessing your opponent and keeping that in mind that they were probably overmatched in those games?
Yeah, well, my thing is to take a look and view exactly what I see, all right? And what we're going to do is take a look at how they performed when they were at their best against that type of opponent. The end result is not necessarily important. So if I see a guy like Johnson, who had 35 against Alabama State, and I see a guy like Robinson, who had 31 against Mercer, that tells me that those guys are pretty doggone good basketball players, even though that team lost from a big margin. So we have to prepare. I'm very knowledgeable about who my team is. I'm very knowledgeable about what I think that we need to do as a group to win, and then I need to measure that against what I know I see and what they're capable of doing, which means Virginia Lynchburg is a very, very, very dangerous team, although they have yet to win a game.
Coach, Virginia Lynchburg comes here on Tuesday, then you start conference play already coming up this upcoming weekend. Are there things you're still looking for out of your team to put on the floor before you start SIAC games?
Well, absolutely. We've got to obviously get better defensively. Offensively. We've got to get better offensively. We've got to know what to do on offense a little bit better. That will ultimately cut our turnovers down when we know what we're doing, when we know what the right hand is doing and what the left hand is doing. Now, I've made some changes offensively to hopefully to help us. It's going to make us be able to play without thinking so much. We need to be playing more than we're thinking. We're not really doing that right now. We've got to rebound the ball better. We've got to get back in transition. I think defensively, again, we're on the right track. We've got to solve this offensive problem and see can we figure out how to get to 70 points on a norm. I've taken our guards now. We're working on our shooting, our footwork with our shooting. So again, we're talking fundamentals. We're talking about moving back to the basics of basketball for our team, and then we're just trying to do what we think we need to do to get better. We're not focusing right now on wins and losses. That may sound crazy. We're focusing on playing better, all right? Our quality of play improves. When your quality of play improves, the outcome ends up taking care of itself. So I feel like if we play better, our quality of play is better, then we'll be in position to win the game once the game comes short. Now we've got to play better coming down the stretch inside of a minute and finish the job.
Coach, as always, I appreciate your time and best of luck.
No doubt about it. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
We're back here on Allen Athletics talking women's basketball with head coach Olivia Gaines. Coach, certainly a different tone to our conversation this week versus last. Your team coming off your first loss of the season and your tenure here, a 20-point defeat to North Georgia. When you look back at that game, we're going to dive into the details of it. What were some of your major takeaways?
We got to communicate a little bit more. We definitely didn't communicate. First quarter, we were very disciplined, and then after that, we kind of broke down. Our defensive rotations was definitely off. Not really locking in on personnel as they should have. Of course, North Georgia did a great job of running their offense, but it's been the same thing they've done for years, and it's pretty much a 4-out, 1-in pass and cut. But I mean, if you don't communicate, we can't have 3 people on the ball, also ball watching. But a lot of that stuff we worked on yesterday. So we did our closeout film. We just kind of break it down of how our defensive rotations went bad, and then also just not being able to knock down a shot. So
it was a 10-point deficit for your squad at the half, and in the third quarter, simply put, North Georgia controlled the third quarter. But it was the fourth where your team bounced back and had your best quarter of the game. You outscored North Georgia and finished on that strong note. How important was that for your message to share at the end of the third, heading into the fourth?
Pretty much in the third quarter, I felt like we kind of almost gave up in a sense, and then tried to get a timeout going, and I told them, no matter what, if we lose, you win some, you lose some, right? So if we lose this game, we can't lose by giving up. Like, give it all you have, no matter what. Like, we're just not gonna lay down. So I think that's the message that was delivered, and I think they understood that. Like, we are a good basketball team, but we didn't play our best basketball game that night. So,
Coach, I know you said when you got here that all you care about is you want to make sure this team wins. Yeah. And you're focused on winning, and through your coaching career, losing hasn't happened all that much. How do you as a coach deal with that loss and move forward, get back on the winning side of things?
Yeah, I think you watch more film and you dig into a little bit, you dig into your team a little bit more deeper to figure out, what's going on, because right now something is broken. We have to fix it, right? So, and that's pretty much what we've been doing, and just still trying to keep the girls motivated and let them know, like, that team that we played was in the NCAA tournament last year, so they are a good basketball team. So, and we're starting off fresh, and they kind of have something already established. So, like I told them, it's a brick by brick process, and we will get better. You just have to believe and have hope. So,
health-wise, how'd your team come out of it?
Pretty good, I would say. One injury. Nari kind of got, she might have tweaked her ankle a little bit, so she was kind of sitting out yesterday, and hopefully she should be good to go today. So.
Well, Coach, as you move forward from that one and got back into practice, what were some of the things the team worked on ahead of Tuesday's game?
Yeah, defensive rotations for sure. We're going to change up our defensive strategy moving into Tuesday's game, just specifically for Claflin, and just make adjustments. Knocking down shots definitely had to be a thing for yesterday. So it's frustrating. The girls are frustrated, I can tell, because nobody likes to lose, and, we could have gave a better show than what we gave. So, yeah.
Coach, one final note on that North Georgia game that we'll put in the books and we'll move forward. A freshman we haven't talked about yet is Ebony Clay. Now, last week we talked about the freshman guard and Morgan Smith, but Ebony was your leading scorer over the weekend. She had 11 points against North Georgia. What has she done to step right into the collegiate level? I know when she made her on-campus debut, granted it was an exhibition, so it doesn't count. The stats aren't anywhere to be found, but she dropped 36 her first time in the gym. But that night she had 11 against North Georgia. What can she do to build onto that success?
Ebony is a gym rat. I will say that. Like, last night, Ebony texted me at like 9 o'clock at night, and Ebony is constantly texting me about getting into the gym. Coach, can I get in the gym? Is the gym open? I'm like, dang, this kid loves the gym. So she's definitely a coach's kid for sure. And she's still learning. It's a process for her too. She's a freshman. She's new. She's trying to figure it out. But the willingness to learn is amazing for her. I will say that. Like, she's always willing to learn. She's always asking questions and asking the right questions and trying to figure out how she can be better. Right now, we're trying to get her out the slump, or shooting slump. Ebony can shoot the ball, but right now she just hasn't been as successful with shooting the ball. But like you said, in the scrimmage, I can see her putting on another display like that at any time. She just has to get out of her head and knock down some shots. So.
Coach, we'll take a short break. When we come back, preview the Yellow Jackets' upcoming game at Claflin.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
Back here with head women's basketball coach Olivia Gaines. Coach, the road trip continues. This time, though, a little bit of a shorter road trip, just down to Orangeburg. You take on Claflin upcoming this Tuesday. When you take a look at the Claflin group, what are you expecting on the floor?
Claflin is not a three-point shooting team. I think over the season they've shot, out of the 4 games they've played, they shot maybe 20-something threes. So Definitely not a three-point shooting team. Like to get downhill, 2 feet in the paint, drive and kick, but still our defensive rotations also have to be on point. But I think, again, I like our chances. If we can get over this North Georgia loss and just lock in so we need, move forward, have the what's next mentality, I think we'll be fine.
As you take on a team that's going to try to attack you on the interior, how do you feel about your post play so far this year?
Post play is it's getting better. We do, before practice, we usually do guard post breakdown. And my posts still have a lot of work to do, but it's a step-by-step process. My guards are carrying a lot of the weight right now, but I got some post players who also can get it done. It's just about being confident. So,
as you move into what's coming up, conference play will start right around the corner. With that on the horizon, how do you feel about your rotations at this point?
I feel really good. I think we probably have the deepest team, I would say, in SIAC. Just watching other teams within our conference, I think, I got a lot of kids who can get it done. But I tell kids all the time, it might not be your night tonight, but the next night could be. You have to still stay motivated and still be ready, when your time comes. So.
Is that a message that kids have to process, knowing that, hey, I may only get 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes could lead to a lot of success for the team?
Yeah, I think, it's hard for some of them. It really is, because they've been used to playing 20 to 30 minutes, and everybody's not going to get 20 and 30 minutes, and everybody's not going to have a night where they score 25 consistently, because we have so many different people, so many different options that can possibly get it done. So, they still figuring that part out, but I also relay that message to them too, so they kind of know, tonight might not be your night, but tomorrow could be. So, yeah.
Coach, as hungry as the players are, I know you're wanting that win back even faster. So good luck on the road on Tuesday, and get back to the winning ways.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
And that closes things out for us this week on Allen Athletics. As always, you can check us out online at auyellowjackets.com. That's your online home for rosters, recaps, schedules, and scores. Everything you need to know about the Yellow Jackets is online at auyellowjackets.com, as well as tickets to upcoming men's and women's basketball games. We appreciate your time this week. We'll catch you again next week. And of course, enjoy the Thanksgiving holidays. We'll catch you back right here on the campus of Allen University in Columbia, South Carolina. For our entire crew, I'm Kay Crenshaw saying so long. We'll see you then. And as always, remember to smile.